Good day, everyone. Welcome back to VClass TV. This is Teacher Jackie. This week, we are going to discuss on enumerative-descriptive texts. For that, we have two main learning objectives to tackle this week. Welcome to day 1. Let's start our lesson with a review on types of texts that we had mentioned since the first quarter. Can you still remember the difference between a literary text from an informational text? Literary texts are texts or write-ups that are imaginative and designed creatively to entertain readers. Informational texts are texts or write-ups that are factual and designed to give information. I have here some images representing different contexts. Identify the following image if the content is literary or informational. Let us have the first poster. Yes, so is this poster on dengue warning signs informational or literary? The correct answer is informational text. Let's now have the story, Charlotte's Web. Is it informational or literary? The correct answer is literary text. Lastly, how about this news on the paper? Is it informational or literary? The correct answer is informational text. The purpose of the lesson is to develop comprehension of informational texts through determining their purposes, main ideas, and organizational patterns, as well as noting details, drawing conclusions and inferences, and summarizing the text read. The lesson also intends to use informational texts to raise awareness of Philippines' rich marine and other natural resources. This time, we are going to have a word search on your fave seafoods and their habitats. Search for the following terms, encircle once found, and cross out the item from the list. Let us see if you found the words marine, ecosystems, fishery, intertidal waters, nursery grounds, invertebrates, meadows, semi-salty, ocean floor, and crustacean. Let us now have another activity. This one is entitled Name and Tell. You are going to name the picture and tell where the creature lives. Let's begin with picture number 1. What creature is this? Correct. This is a crab. Where do this creature live? Correct. This crab lives in a mangrove forest. Picture number 2. What creature is this? Oh, you didn't know? This one is called a grouper. And where do this creature live? A grouper lives in coral reef. Now, let's name this picture. This is a prawn. And where do this creature live? You can find it in seaweeds. Now we have another picture. What is this creature? Yes, this is a squid. And where do this creature live? Yes, you can find a squid in seagrass. Welcome to day 2. Reaching this point of the video means you are learning from us. Subscribe for more content like this one. This time, we are going to read a write-up written by Myla June T. Patron entitled Your Favorite Seafoods and Their Habitats. Did you know that seafood is a big part of people's diet all over the world? In fact, fish is a huge part of Filipino diet. But have you ever wondered where fish and other marine creatures live in the vast ocean? Here are some known fish and marine creatures that make delicious food. Get to know them and their habitats. Grouper or lapu-lapu. Characteristics. The grouper fish, which is named after a famous Filipino hero, is also called lapu-lapu. The grouper fish is one of the most popular kinds of coral reef fish that are cooked during parties and celebrations. This fish comes in different kinds and colors. Some are dull green or brown, while others have brighter colors and patterns. The grouper surely reflects the colorful habitat it comes from. Can you guess where it lives? Habitat: coral reef. Groupers live in coral reefs. What are coral reefs? Coral reefs are marine ecosystems and they are an important source of food and livelihood for Filipinos. The coral, which builds the reef, is an animal called coral polyp. The coral comes in different varieties and forms. Some are large reef builders, while others look like graceful flowing fans. Coral reefs are the largest sources of fish and other seafood for world fisheries. Crab or alimango. Characteristics. Have you ever eaten a crab? Crabs may look a bit scary with their sharp claws, but they are actually a popular Filipino seafood. One kind of crab that is caught for food is the mangrove crab. Mangrove crabs, as the name tells, are found in mangrove forests. They live in muddy and sandy floors or semi-salty or brackish water in mangrove forests. Have you ever been to mangrove forest? Habitat: mangrove forests. Many varieties of crabs live in mangrove forests. Mangrove forests are found in salty or brackish intertidal waters. The soil in mangrove areas are wet and are lacking in oxygen. Mangrove ecosystems are very important because they serve as nursery grounds or temporary homes to newborn or young reef fishes. Different kinds of fish and invertebrates such as lobster, shrimp, crabs, and sea urchins live in mangrove forests. Squid and octopus. Characteristics. Have you tried eating dried squid, either grilled or fried? Dried squid is also a popular Filipino food. Squids have long, slender bodies with soft, flexible arms. Like octopuses, squids swim in the open ocean, but they rest in seagrass beds and meadows found in the ocean floor. Habitat: sea grasses. Sea grasses are like the lungs of the ocean because they produce an abundant supply of oxygen. Sea grasses can be found in the ocean floor or in shallow brackish waters. They have long, green, grass-like leaves and they look very similar to seaweeds. However, unlike seaweeds, seagrasses have roots, stems, and leaves. They also produce flowers and seed like plants on dry land. Tiger prawns or pantat o sugpo. Characteristics. Has someone in your household ever cooked tiger prawns for your birthday or a town fiesta? For Filipinos, the tiger prawn is a favorite food during celebrations and special occasions, or even on ordinary days. Prawns have long, slender, curve-shaped bodies. Did you know that this tasty crustacean lives in brackish waters? They also live in and get food from sea grasses, beds of seaweed or algae, and on floating types of sea algae. Habitat: seaweed or algae. Like seagrasses, algae or seaweeds provide home and food to different kinds of reef, fishes, and marine creatures. However, unlike seagrasses, algae do not produce flowers and their roots do not absorb nutrients. Despite their differences, both algae, seaweed, and seagrasses serve home for growing reef fishes. Did you understand the article? We will see that if you can answer the questions that follow. Sit with your group and answer this task card. By answering these questions, you will be able to point out the topic, main idea, and the writer's purpose in writing the text. Let's compare your answer to mine. Number 1. What is the text about? The text is about seafood and their habitats. Number 2. What is the message or main idea of the text? I think the message of the text is the sea creatures that we consume as food belong to an ecosystem underwater. Number 3. What do you think is the writer's purpose? I think that the writer wrote this text to inform the readers about marine ecosystems where we get our favorite seafoods. 4. What type of text is the given example? Why do you say so? I think the text is an example of an informational text. I say so because the text is full of information about the characteristics of seafood and the habitat they live in. Enumerative-descriptive text provides a detailed list or series of items, characteristics, or steps related to a subject, often using numbered or bulleted points, signal words like first, second, and next, or simply sequential language to clarify information and help readers understand the components of a topic. The text enumerates specific details to make a general subject more understandable, effectively breaking down a larger concept into its individual parts, such as listing the 5 senses or outlining the steps in a process. Welcome to day 3. If you are enjoying our lessons here, you might as well find us on Facebook and TikTok so you can chat with us. This time I am showing you a poster. Then, let's discuss by answering these 4 questions together. What is the poster content about? What happened to the body of water in the poster? What is the effect of man's action to sea creatures? Why? And how will you help to stop or minimize water pollution? Now let us have this infographic. Infographics are a visual representation of data, information, or knowledge designed to present complex subjects quickly and clearly using graphic elements like charts, diagrams, and images. So this is an example of an infographic and we are going to discuss about it today. What you need to know about marine pollution. Marine pollution happens when the ocean gets dirty and filled with chemicals and trash. A lot of these waste materials come from the land and gets washed or blown into the ocean. This pollution harms the environment, makes animals and plants sick, and causes health problems for people all around the world. Read the facts below and get to know the common causes of marine pollution. Oil spills. Sometimes big ships have accidents and spill lots of oil into the ocean. This oil can make the water dirty and hurt the animals and plants in the sea. Oil spills are big disasters for the ocean. Plastic disposal. We use a lot of plastic every day because it is very light. It can easily float into the oceans. Because plastic does not break down easily, animals and plants in the ocean can get tangled in it or eat it, which can cause destruction or death. Industrial wastes. Big factories release harmful things like mercury and lead into the water. These chemicals can hurt the animals in the water and can even affect the whole food chain in the ocean. This is a big problem for the environment. Sewage disposal. As we do our everyday activities such as taking a bath, washing the dishes, brushing our teeth, and more, we produce a lot of sewage, which is a mix of dirty or wastewater and trash, things like used tissue paper, bath water, and medicine residues, and more. Sewage goes directly into the ocean or into rivers, leading to the ocean. Runoffs. Trash or wastes from the land go to the ocean because of rain, flood, and other causes. These wastes are called runoffs. For instance, during typhoons, floods can carry trashes and oil from the streets into the ocean. At this point, we are going to answer 5 questions to discuss the contents of the infographic that we have just read. 1. What is the poster content about? 2. What do you think is the purpose of the poster? 3. What do you think is the message of the poster? 4. What are the different causes of marine pollution? And 5. Why is it important for young people like you to know about the different causes of marine pollution? State or write your answer in complete sentences. Let's continue today's lesson by taking down notes of the kinds of informational texts. We have number 1, linear text, a traditional form of text that must be read sequentially from beginning to end to fully understand its message. It follows a single predetermined reading path set by the author and is structured with sentences and paragraphs to convey information in an orderly manner. Common examples of linear text include novels, short stories, poems, letters, and newspaper articles. Then we have the second kind, non-linear text, which does not need to be read from beginning to end to make sense. Instead, it allows the reader to choose their own path of reading and often uses visuals like charts, graphs, and hyperlinks to convey information. Welcome to day 4. If you are interested with the presentation used in this video lesson, you may join our growing channel now or avail of the packages we have for you. Just chat with us on Facebook. Now let's see how far we have gone this week. Let's do this on your notebook. This is drawing inferences and conclusions. You are going to put a circle before a statement if it is an inference or conclusion that you can make from the poster, and a diamond if it is not. Now always remember, an inference is a conclusion reached on the basis of evidence and reasoning, and conclusion means a judgment or decision reached by reasoning. For this week, I hope you were able to get the important points of our lesson. To sum it up, there are 2 kinds and various purposes of informational texts. We have the linear texts and the non-linear texts. For the linear texts, we have as examples enumerative-descriptive essays, narratives, news articles, letters, And then for the nonlinear texts, we have infographics, posters, brochures, and catalogs. Now, for the purpose of informational text, we have as many as this: to inform, to describe, to narrate, to explain, to enumerate, to show procedure, to persuade, and of course, to argue. Welcome to day 5. Thank you for really reaching this far. I hope you did subscribe to our channel. To conclude this week, let us have this activity: drawing inferences and conclusions. Once again, you are going to put a circle before a statement if it is an inference or conclusion that you can make from the text you read, and a diamond if it is not. The last activity that you are going to do is actually a writing task. Write a paragraph not less than 5 sentences about your school. Just choose one topic from the list below. 1 school activities that students can join, 2 school facilities available, and 3 students' active organizations or clubs. Please do not forget the writing mechanics that you should include in your write-ups. We have margin and indentation, proper capitalization of letters, proper use of punctuation marks like period, comma, question mark, and exclamatory point, correct spelling, and of course, your handwriting should be readable enough for me to check. That's all for this week. I hope that you have learned something from me. Once again, this has been Teacher Jackie saying, discover, learn, have fun only at V Class TV. Until next time.